training you are about to commence will change your life by showing you how to use more of your mind. Just as over the past 25 years, it has enabled millions of people to use more of their minds. In 88 countries, from Argentina to Zimbabwe, and in all 50 states of the USA, the Silva method is giving people of every race, creed, and educational level the tools to make a better life for themselves, their families, and everyone they're in contact with. Here is the method that will put the powers of your higher intelligence to work for a fuller, richer, ever more successful life. And now, here's a brief introduction from the founder of the Silva method.
This is Jose Silva. The human mind is a magnificent organ of intelligence. Unfortunately, we are not taught how to fully use it. In fact, because of our limited understanding of the mind and our limited expectations of it, we limit the mind's ability to function at its full potential. You are about to change that. You are about to take a portion of the 4-day Silva method training that will empower you to go on to achieve an inner consciousness referred to by spiritual leaders as the kingdom within. Why a kingdom? Because you become a ruler. You take control of your behavior. You raise your IQ. You increase your influence for good, your problem-solving ability, your creativity and intuition. For success in this training, you must do more than simply listen to the voices on these tapes. You must follow their instructions for relaxing and programming yourself. The mind is like a computer. The Silva method puts you in control of that computer so that you can program it with both words and mental pictures. The prominent male voice that you'll hear is that of Dr. Bob Stone, one of our veteran trainers who over the past 2 decades has brought the Silva method to his home state of Hawaii and to a number of countries around the world. The female voice that you'll hear on this program is my daughter, Laura Silva, who took part in the original research and is today one of our most dynamic trainers. Laura and Bob will be valuable allies in helping you achieve your goals. But there's a third person who's even more important. That person is you. On these tapes, you'll be asked to do simple, natural mental exercises, and you will be given easy step-by-step instructions for doing them. Let me remind you that you cannot do these exercises while driving a car or doing anything else that demands your full attention.
Thank y'all for joining me tonight. We will get started shortly. Gonna learn some good stuff tonight.
You may listen to the program while driving, but don't do the exercises until you're able to sit in a comfortable chair in privacy and close your eyes.
Now, what are you listening to? This is called the Silva Mind Control Methods of Mental Dynamics.
I know that if you follow these procedures, this program will be a monumental experience for you.
I'll put it in the description also. It's called the Silva Mind Control Method of Mental Dynamics. Pretty awesome book. This guy, Jose Silva, you go on YouTube and find plenty of stuff about meditation and manifest. He teach how to manifest, stuff. We really have that power, but we haven't been taught that power. So guys, we're so powerful, but we haven't been using our power. We never were taught how to use our mind power. So please, they say you don't know what you don't know. Please get outside your comfort zone and explore. I'm telling you, it's a bright and great world out there. We'll start shortly. I'm trying to give a couple of more minutes before we get started. Let a couple more people get on here so we can show you how to protect your asset. Protect your assets. If you got more than one,
there's no reason why you can't make truly great
all of them
contributions of your own. By listening to these tapes, by performing the exercises you'll be introduced to, and by practicing what you hear in your daily life, you'll discover the secrets of how the greatest geniuses and the leading achievers of all time have used their mental powers. You'll be able to use the mental tools of the Silva method to bring fulfillment to every area of your life. Now, here's Dr. Stone. Jose Silva, the founder of the powerful method of mind control that you're about to learn, is a great American success story. He never had a day of formal education in his life. Yet Jose Silva went on to become a successful businessman, an inventor, an electronics specialist, and one of the most important contributors to our knowledge of the workings of the human brain. The story began in Laredo, Texas, where Jose Silva was born. At the age of 6, when other children were still in kindergarten, Jose was already selling newspapers and shining shoes to support his family after the untimely death of his father. As a teenager, he organized a group of other youngsters to sell products door to door. Before most other youngsters had even had their first jobs, Jose had supported himself and his family by cleaning offices, repairing appliances, and even by selling baby chicks. During his service in the Army in World War II, Jose became interested in psychology, and this led to studies in hypnosis, parapsychology, and mind research. Later, he began an electronics business and was a pioneer in developing antenna systems in the early days of television. And as his electronics business grew, so did Jose's research into the hidden workings of the mind. Jose's interest in harnessing the powers of the subconscious by means of what is called the alpha level developed in a direction that most parents share. That is, he wanted to help his children improve their schoolwork. He had called upon his study of hypnotism to formulate a practical procedure for improving his children's grades by strengthening their concentration and increasing their attention spans. The secret was simple but powerful. It was all a matter of relaxation, both physical and mental. But then something happened that would refocus all of Jose Silva's thinking about the mind. An unexpected breakthrough that opened up opportunities for advancing human potential further than he had ever imagined. As part of helping his children, Jose used to read them lessons while they were in a pleasantly relaxed state, a state similar to a hypnotic trance, but at a level where they could still ask and answer questions. On the day of the breakthrough, he was reading some poems to his daughter Isabel, who was then 10 years old. As usual, Jose planned to read the poems to Isabel 3 times, bringing her out of the relaxed state between each reading and then easing her back down again. On the second reading, Jose decided to put the poems in a different order. But when he started to speak, Isabel interrupted him and began reciting the next poem he had intended to read. When she finished, Jose resumed reading another poem, but Isabel again interrupted by reciting the verses he had planned to read after that. Jose was stunned, but there could be no doubt about what had happened. His daughter was reading his mind. And this was not a carnival act with hidden microphones and mirrors. This was happening in his own living room. What sort of explanation was possible? As he read to Isabel, could his mind somehow be broadcasting his intentions? And could his daughter's mind, while in a relaxed state, somehow gain the ability to act as a receiver of his thoughts? Did the brain have the equivalent of electronic components that were able to act as transmitters and receptors? The answer to these questions proved to be a resounding yes. It was the start of a period of learning and growth that continues to this day, that has seen the expansion of the Silva method throughout the world, its acceptance by schools and by businesses, and its continuing benefits for humanity. With training, Jose's daughter Isabel became more and more accurate in guessing what her father was going to say. In fact, it was not long before Jose was convinced that he had turned his daughter into a genuine clairvoyant. And he was confident that he could train other people to use their minds in even more astonishing ways. Over the next 10 years, Jose trained 39 subjects to develop clairvoyant abilities. Then he began assembling independently functioning groups with whom he worked to turn out ever greater numbers of superminds. What had begun as a simple desire to improve his children's schoolwork became a full-fledged effort to reveal the powers and secrets of the human mind. That effort was successful. The program you're hearing now is one result of it, and those powers of the mind are yours for the taking. Remember, This is a program about doing things, about making things happen. So let me tell you right now exactly what you'll need to put the silver method to work in your life. What you will need, in a word, is faith. And despite the religious connotations of that word, I'm not speaking specifically about a belief in God. The kind of faith I'm referring to has three components. They are desire, belief, and expectancy. Desire, belief,
and
expectancy are words that express feelings, and feelings are subjective. They exist within us, not as objects in the physical world like chairs or airplanes. But despite the fact that your feelings cannot be photographed or measured with a yardstick, they most certainly are real, and they are potentially very potent forces. Desire has led to the creation of everything that man has achieved throughout human history. Expectation and belief have powered that desire. Yes, what I call faith is a real energy at work.
What's up, family? Hey, y'all, I got to step my game up and give me a backdrop from my office. I know I got to, babe. I'm so sorry. I'm working on it. So sorry. Hey, know thyself. Research all the greats. People that just, man, people that just was from another zone. Where it goes from Buddha, Jesus, man, King. People that's on like that made a difference in the world. They found out about how powerful they are, how powerful we are. They don't teach us this stuff, y'all. But guess what? It's our job to find out. We can't just be saying, oh, my mama didn't do that. My daddy didn't do that. All of that crap. Can y'all hear me? Let me test my mic out. Trying to plug up my camera. I gotta tighten up, y'all. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I gotta tighten up. But anyway, so why would you need a land trust? I may put a little music in the background too, y'all. I was at a powerful seminar. Let me make sure my mic is working. Check. Oh, I'm in the game, baby. All right. So I was in this seminar, right? And they were so hyped. It was like a motivational seminar. I like the guy, his name, Antoine. What's Antoine last name? I'm gonna try to look him up for y'all. But man, he has amazing energy, and he talks about the power of this mind and just how everything works, the conscious, subconscious mind, and it all goes together. It all goes together. And we're using the subconscious, our subconscious mind control 90% of all the results in our life. 90, y'all. So guess what? That means we need to find out what in the world is the subconscious mind, because it is powerful. A good book, you can check it out, Dr. Joseph Murphy. He has a book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Dr. Joseph Murphy. Amazing guy. We gotta learn about ourselves, y'all. Just because we go to school and college and all that stuff, that's good, but you got to continue to learn. That's not it. That's not be all. What they say? Like everything you need. Yeah, you need your education, right? But now we got to figure out what's up with this mind. Why they haven't taught us about our mind? And they say we only use 10% of it. I wonder why. But it's our job. There's so much information out here now. No excuses, baby. There's so much information out here now. So much information out here now that we can find it. But that's the thing. It's so much information. People are not paying attention. Attention spans are so short. Okay, boom, baby. We in HD. We're on. We on, baby. We'll get this party started. Let me make sure my mic working. Testing, testing, testing. Shout out to all TE Academy family, man. I love y'all, man. We love anybody looking at this video. Wish you peace, love, happiness, abundance, great health. Man, whatever, anything good. I wish that to you. And if you woke up and you looking at this video, guess what? You're blessed. That means you got eyes you can see. You have eyes you can see. So we're blessed beyond measures. And you may not be where you want to be right now. But I'm telling you, man, I've been in some third world country. Thank God the real estate has blessed me tremendously. I've been able to go to third world countries and check, see what's going on, man. One of my family members from Dominican Republic, we was over there 3 weeks. We stayed over there 3 weeks. They got maids that work in their house. So we went over to the maid house. And guys, I promise you, let's say an 8x10 room. That was their house. It was made out of 10. The floor was dirt. Now knowing that we need to be on that dirt because our bodies like conductors, we soak the energy out of the earth. Man, if you meditate like go in the park, sit on like a blanket and just meditate and let that sun hit you too. I swear, man, it's such an amazing feeling. You like, wow. One of my good friends, he meditate like 2 hours a day. And man, he told me about that. It's called grounding. See, we wear shoes and we walking on the ground. We can't get grounded. We can't feel the energy from the earth because we got the plastic junk on. And then, they made it like that for a reason. But hey, know thyself. know thyself. We can't let nothing stop us from finding out about us, how powerful we are. All this fighting junk, white and black, and fighting and Muslim hate, black folks and Christians hate Muslim and all this and that. That's all a distraction, y'all. It's a distraction to keep us from knowing who we are. Are we such powerful beings that we could raise the vibration on this whole world, change this whole planet? Instead of complaining about it, man, oh my God, man. Woo! This book, I'm going to tell y'all, hey, I'm going to keep this book by my desk. I keep it with me like a Bible. For those y'all don't know me, my mom, she's a minister. Well, she's a retired minister. So I grew up in the church, so I was beat down across the head with that Bible several times. Guys, just get outside the box. This right here, I love this master key book because it teaches you how powerful you are as a spiritual being on a religious side and science. See, they're both are needed. But they teach you both ways and mix it. And they got question and answers in the back of here on each chapter. Telling you, get it. If you don't like to read, get the Audible or listen to it. There may be a version on here on YouTube. It's by Charles F. Hannell. Charles F. Hannell, The Master Key System. All right, y'all. I've been preaching. I told you I'm a preacher son, so I'll preach a little bit now. All right, let's get this party started. I'm gonna try to keep this one short, but we're gonna get straight to it. Okay. Land trust. Who needs a land trust? Anybody that own a piece of real estate. And matter of fact, there's several different trusts. You can put your bank account in not land trust. You can put your bank account in a trust. You can put your cars in a trust. You can put your houses or any real estate property in a trust. In a trust. And this is an individual trust. You can do it yourself. There's only two main documents to this. Two. So don't ruffle your feathers and think you got to get an attorney. I'm not an attorney, so I can't give you legal advice. But I've been using land trust since I first started in real estate back in 2004. Very long time. So my first deals, no, not my first deal. My second deal was done in a land trust. And it's for if you're wholesaling. If you're a real estate investor, it's definitely for you because you can wholesale properties out of a land trust. You could do short sales in a land trust. Now, sometimes, depending on the lender, they're going to want to see the beneficiary. They may request the documents, but some won't. But if you're doing a short sale, if you're familiar with short sales, that's just when you discount a property. Just say a homeowner owed $200,000. You negotiate with them to take a discount. If they need repairs or anything like that, then you can get discounts and all that good stuff. But once you get that approval letter from the bank saying, yes, you approved to buy this $200,000 house for $100,000, then they will give you a short sale approval letter, and it states all the terms of the short sale. And one of the terms that we didn't like, because we started doing short sales, I think in 2008 when the market crashed up to 2013, and we get some here and there. There's not as plentiful yet. They're coming back. But anyway, so we was wholesaling house. I mean, we would short sell them and turn around and wholesale them like fast, like lightning. As soon as we closed, we already had the buyer. So the banks caught wind of all the. It's just like how wholesaling is now. That's how short sales became back in. It really picked up when more investors started doing, I think about 2011 or 2010. But by then we was 2 or 3 years in the game. So we was killing them. So the banks got wind of it and they said, okay, 30 days. After 30 days, you cannot resell the property. You had to buy it, hold it for 30 days, then resell it. So unless you had private money, there was nothing you can do. You couldn't do the deal. But with a land trust, you're able to buy it from the lender and assign the beneficial interest over to your end buyer. You the buyer. You may be you the beneficiary if you got a trustee, and we're gonna get into that. But you can assign your interest over on the trust to somebody else, y'all. Anybody you want to assign it to. So that's a way where you don't have to pay closing costs legally. I could assign my interest on my land trust over to whoever I want to. It's my land trust. I'm the beneficiary. There's two parts of it. You got a trustee, has to be over 18, somebody over 18, and it's a beneficiary. Somebody the person who owns the trust. Now, your trustee, you got to trust them because they can get loans out against your property. They can try to sell your property. Now, if the closing attorney don't request the declaration of trust from that trustee, and that declaration of trust shows who owned the property and then the roles of the trustee, we're going to get into that also, then you can sue them and get paid. So when any attorney get ready to close, they supposed to request the declaration of trust documents so they can see who the correct owner is. So if they don't, you can sue them, but your house may be already sold and you got to go through all kind of drama. So your trustee, you got to be able to trust them. They got to be over 18. And so this is what this video is for. If you own any kind of properties, whether it's land, commercial, residential, if you own any of that good stuff. Also, if you're a real estate investor, you plan on wholesaling some properties, you want to keep, period. If you buy any properties as an investor, take them out your LLC. I don't care what they tell you. Take it out your LLC. You need to put it in the trust. It's residential trust or whatever you want to name it. You can name it anything. That's the blessing of it. You got to have a trustee on record. And what a land trust is, it's just a form of ownership. You don't want the world to know you got 10 properties, 15 properties, 1 property, 2 properties. Why? Why I don't want somebody knowing how many properties I own? Because you got a lot of people out there that's no good that will try to sue you for anything. Guess what? Something can happen. Just say you got a contractor out there working on your house, he get hurt, God forbid. Or he get mad and try to, because some of it, nothing against contractors, but just say he said he's gonna do an addition to your house for 20 grand. You put it in writing and everything, boom, boom. Or you didn't put it in writing. Then it comes down to it. He said, well, now that he's finished, well, I need 30 more, I need 10 more thousand or 15 more thousand. Guess what he can do? He can record a lien, mechanic lien on your property, and it'll stick to it. Just say, let me tell you the recent one I saw. This guy tried to get me. Yeah, I got you. The guy tried to get me to close try to get me to close on a deal real quick, right? He had a big lien. Come to find out, he had several liens on the property. He texted me, right? He was just resting, man. Let's close. We got to close in 3 days. We got to close in 3 days. I'm like, listen, I don't close on any properties. I won't close on not one property without a title search. A title search is very important. Anytime you put a house on the contract, you need to get a title search done. It's going to check for any liens and judgments against the property. Because I can't tell you how many times the seller have told me something and I come to find out it's something else. So I'm going to go through this quickly. The guy tried to close in 3 days. He sent me a copy of the HOA letter. He said I got 2 liens. $100,000 lien from the IRS and another $100,000 lien. No. The $100,000 lien from the IRS and a $1,500 lien from the HOA. So I said, okay, cool, but I still got to have a title search done. So I called my attorney. Well, I emailed my attorney. I'm saying, listen, I'm thinking about closing on this property pretty quick, but I want to see, what's on the title. Because this guys keep trying to pressure me to close, and that's a red flag right there. Remember that. Somebody trying to pressure you to close. Why? So you want to find that out. But anyway, we done the title search, and guess what? Came back with about 5 liens. Number 1, mortgage. I knew he had a mortgage on the property, so that lien was expected. With 3 of the liens was expected that he told me. He had a mortgage of about $948,000. He had that $100,000 IRS lien. Yeah, that was correct. But then he didn't tell me he had a second one also for another $100,000. Boom. Also, he did have a $1,500 HOA lien, but guess what? He also had a $30,000 HOA lien. Boom. So now we up to 5 liens. And I'm gonna tell you what blew it out the water now. The house is worth $1.5 million. Beautiful house in Chateau Lawn. If y'all don't know anything about Georgia, Chateau Lawn, man, that's a beautiful place. I love Chateau Lawn. I got married up there, man. Oh my God. If you get married in the future, check it out, man. Beautiful place. All right, back to the money. So the house is worth about 1.5 fixed up in good shape, right? This is the 6th lien. This is gonna blow your mind. The 6th lien was $1 million lien. I repeat, $1 million lien. $1 million lien from the Department of Justice. Hit a thumbs up if you feel me on this one. Boy, you better get that title search and be aware if they want you to close quickly. Be aware, you better find out. It's a reason. So the guy has 6 liens. 6 liens. But if the property was in the trust, those big liens wouldn't be on there. Well, now that Department of Justice lien dealing with the IRS, if he was claiming that, if he had it in the land trust, right, and if he was claiming that on his taxes, then they, they would have found out about the property. So, but those two, well, no, not necessarily. Yeah, if he claimed it, they could find out. But the guy has 6 big major liens on the property. Now I'm gonna get into the paperwork. I'm going to show you the 2 documents it is for this trust. Y'all have any questions, put it in the chat. Now I'll answer it shortly. And this is going to be a short, brief video. Inside of the land course, I got a land trust. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, daughter. Hey, who got some kids out there, man? Shout out to all the moms and dads, fathers out there, man, and all the kids. God bless y'all, man. Hey, we got to put in the work, help change their future. It's on us. It's on us. God put the ball in our hand. So we got to work hard, baby. Follow our dreams. Can't give up on ourselves. Guess what? Life gonna slap us down a couple times, all across the head. You got to get up again, baby. Get up again. Shake it off. Got to, man. I'm telling you. Got to. Don't let nothing break you. Nothing. All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm sorry. I had a moment. All right. Back to the money. So listen. So the guy has 6 liens. So get your title search. Get your title search ASAP if you're dealing with any properties. Now, the power of a land trust. Oh, another reason. Just say if you, God forbid, you fall behind on your bills, right? The credit card companies take you to court, put a judgment on you for $20,000. Well, guess what? If your property is in a trust, when they go to their attorney to file this judgment against you, it will not attach to your property. It will not attach to your property. Say if you got to own child support and they got a judgment against you, 30, 40,000, 10,000, 5,000. The attorney, they got money, so they're going to hire an attorney to sue you. It won't attach to your property. You don't own anything. I don't own nothing. Look me up. I don't have one house. You better have nothing in your name, guys. I'm telling you. All the super wealthy people, this is what they use, man. The majority of them, not all of them got sense, but the ones that's wheeling and dealing, got a lot of properties and a lot at stake. Their properties in trust, family trust, real estate trust. Man, you got to protect your assets. You're working too hard out here. You're working too hard to let somebody come out here and take your property. I'm going to give you another example, and then I'm going to show you the documents. My cousin, right, he bought this property he bought it in 2011. So the market was still down. The property's in Swamp, I ain't going to say the area, because I don't want my cousin calling, hey, man, you put my business out there. It's in a good area, though. He bought this property for about $400,000. Well, now the house is worth about $700,000. He went through a business failure. His business failed. He got sued by a lot of companies for about $300,000, $350,000 or something like that. Guess what? Boom, when he got them judgments, guess what? They're attached to his house. He can't even refinance the market. Remember when interest rate last year was 2-3%? He wanted to refinance so bad, but he didn't have no equity. When you refinance, you can only get about 80% out. He bought it for $400,000. It's worth $750,000. So of course he could have pulled out a couple $100,000. But when he went to try to refinance, guess what? Guess what was there knocking on the door? All them judgments from his business failure. He couldn't refinance. If he refinanced, he would have paid them off and still would have been in the same position. No money. Protect your assets, guys. It's simple. We got some detailed video to explain to you. And I'm going to attach this video also. It's going to be inside also. Protect your stuff. You got some raw land. Protect your land. Somebody can be on your land and go out there. Somebody have an accident right there on your property. Boom, you get sued with a judgment. It's raw land. You wasn't even there. They get a lawsuit, sue you, boom. It's going to go on the rest of your properties. The thing about it, if somebody want to sue you, you got a property in the trust, then they got to spend some money to try to even sue you, first of all. But when they put your name in the system, attorney get the case, okay, yeah, I'm going to take it. They may want to take it just and get paid later. So they go in the system and 10 properties come up in your name. Oh, you a sitting duck. Oh, you a sitting duck, baby. They going to take that case. Hey, okay, yeah, pay me later. Come on, hurry up. Come on. Hurry up. They're going to send you the paperwork. Hey, DocuSign. Boom. Yeah, hurry up, sign. We're going to go after this guy or this girl. And they got you. And they sue you. It's going to attach to every single property in your name, your LLC. But if each property has its own individual trust, guys, nothing will attach to you. You don't own anything. If anything happened at that property, then it's only that individual property. And then they still got to penetrate the trust. And when they get inside the trust, they got to pay more money because guess what? The beneficiary of the trust is your LLC. And it costs money to fight court battles. A lot of money to fight court battles. Thousands of dollars. I was just in a battle now. We're not going to get into that on this video. But with a tenant, man, oh my God. A tenant from hell. Always do a background check, y'all. I'm going to just keep this brief. I met a tenant from hell. We failed about 5 years ago. First of all, we put in the lease for too long. I don't know how the heck that happened. And then because she was an older lady, we failed to do a background check. Come to find out she has been evicted about 3 to 4 times. She knew the game. She knew how to play the whole entire system. The entire system. Okay, back to the money. But man, guys, put your stuff in a trust. Put your stuff in a trust. That way they can't get anything. Anything. So let me pull these documents up. If you already got one of our subject to course, all of these trust documents is inside your subject to course, y'all. So if you already got our buying houses without going to the bank course, your land trust documents are inside of there. That's how we buy all of our properties. All of our properties. Every property is in the trust. Even if you got one house, man, don't be like my cousin. He can't even refinance and he really needs to right now. And he can't because he didn't know nothing about a trust. When I talked to him about it, he was like, oh my God, man. Oh, are you serious? Yeah, but you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, man. That's the sad part about it. That's why we need to find out what we don't know. ASAP. ASAP. So I'm going to pull up the main 2 documents you need. Let me share my screen. And we got several documents in here because you may have to fire your trustee. So we got a document for that. If you have to fire your trustee or they want to resign, we got a document that they can resign as being a trustee. They may don't want nothing to deal with properties anymore. They out of here. They moving to Canada, New Mexico, or they just tired of dealing with it. Nothing happens to the trustee. They're just the trustee. They're not liable for anything. But if something happened pertaining to that property, they're going to be trying to contact the trustee. So you want to make sure you got a good P.O. box set up for all your properties and let that mail go to your P.O. box when you register your company, your your trust. All your notices, have them coming to a PO box. Let me get in here. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna open up the first one. Let me download it rather. Any questions, hold it to the end, and we're gonna get to it. We got the assignment, appointment of successor, resignation of trustee. Let me show my screen. Bam, bam, bam. Man, I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me this evening. We're gonna get to it. Let me show you. Man, this land trust stuff is so powerful. You have any properties in your name, get them out. You never know what may happen, man. This life, like they say, shit happens. Excuse my French if you, some of y'all are a little sensitive, but stuff happens. Let me see. All right, let me pull these docs up, baby. This is not it. Gotta be Microsoft, right? All right, here we go. Your boy trying to get it together. Let's see. So this is the first document. This is how simple it is. Warranty deed to trustee. This will be your new deed. This will be your new deed. Warranty deed to trustee. All your documents, you can edit them yourself. Right here goes your mailing address, which should be a PO box you would create or a UPS box. You come in here, change the dates. Like I said, we do all this stuff ourselves. Right before closing, you could prepare these documents. If you're flipping a house or whatever, or just buying a house for a rental or put in your portfolio, prepare the documents, send them to your attorney ahead of time, and have him to look over. Come down here, change the dates. But I'm not an attorney. I can't give you any legal advice. But this is what we do. And my students, and it's been working for 19 years. So come in here, y'all. Change the dates. Now, if it's you, if you put your own property in the trust, you'll be the grantor. Put your name here. So we got Chris Jenner here as the grantor. Now, this will show up on record. Now, we normally use the street address, right, with the street. But now, we even changed that. We take the street number out. So now, it will say the Walton Street Residential Trust, or you even take residential out. You can name this whatever you want to, y'all. Whatever you want to. But this is, from now on, this is how I would, if the property was on Walton Street, this is what our trust would say. The Walton Street Trust, Marvin Jones is trustee. Some states you could put a abbreviation, M. Jones as trustee. So this is like the perfect, the perfect way to address, to show up on title. That property say Walton Street Trust. It will not say my name, Eddie Raymond. It none of that stuff. You got to get your name off public record, y'all. Anything can happen. I know you're not out there busting your butt working hard to let somebody come and just take your asset. I hope not, because it'll be a nightmare. And people always think it can't happen to them. But they say we're going to be sued at least once in our lifetime. And y'all know people are sue happy like crazy. They can't wait to sue you. Let me blow this up a little more. So you change out your date. Change the name. If it's your property, your name will go here. If you're buying it from a seller, their name will go here. Then it'll go into your trust. If the street is on Walton, if it's, see right here, it's 458 Walton Street, then you'll put your trust in Walton Street Trust. You don't even have to put a number. We used to put the number, the same number as the property. See, we would put 458 Walton Street Trust, but not any longer. We just take that out. And put that Walton Street Trust. Put your trustee name, M. Jones. Sometimes you have to put the entire first and last name, but some states you don't. Georgia, you don't anymore. So it'll be M. Jones as trustee. And it goes through and tell, explain all the stuff about the deed. And right here, the grantor, which is Chris Jenner. So your seller name, or if it's your name, you put your own property in the trust, your name will go here. You will sign, get it witnessed, get it notarized, and that's it. Now, in Georgia, they make you fill out a PT 61 form explaining the sale, and you transferring the deed. And just make sure you do it as low as possible. You transferring the deed for $10. $10. $10 buckaroos right here. This one goes here. $10 or $100. You're transferring it over to your trustee. In Georgia, it just has to be $10. And your trust is form. In Georgia, you got to fill out a PT 61 form. And that's just a simple form. Just ask a clerk down there to help you out with that. You can do it online too. But you fill out that PT 61 form, just talking about the sale. It could be a gift sale. Do, the one with the less tax consequence. Each state varies. All right. Now, where's the big boy? This is the owner right here. Now, this right here, y'all, shows the ownership. This is a loan document. I'm going to briefly go through this one. It's a loan document. Make sure you read and know your stuff. You can edit every document. You can edit every single document inside of this course. And I'm giving y'all this. It's going to be very cheap. I'm going to tell you now, $100. $98 you can download. Oh, I don't know if I put the link. I think the link is in the description. For $100, man, my cousin said he would have gave me $1,000 or two if I would have saved him and if he would have knew about this land trust stuff. He could refinance, man. He would have been able to refinance right now and wouldn't be going through a divorce. When them finances get a little crazy, man. If you don't have a soldier with you, boy, they gonna bail out on you. Boom. They out of here. You better have a soldier, a rider. If not, they divorcing you and taking half or everything. Now, this is the declaration of trust. This is the power, baby. This is the power. This is the owner of the trust. The trust owns the property, right? The trust owns the property, and the owner of the trust is the beneficiary. And another good point of y'all, this also bypass probate. So if anybody died without a will or any of that stuff, your property is in the trust, and you got a beneficiary that maybe if you're married, your wife is the other half of the beneficiary, or your son or your kids, man, you won't even have to go through probate. Again, I'm not an attorney, so I can't give you legal advice. So don't try it. I know some of y'all out here be with that drama. Ain't got time for it. So this is the owner, y'all. This is called Agreement and Declaration of Trust. You come in here, enter the date, you put your date in these sections, the month, the year, between the grantors and beneficiary. The grantor and a beneficiary. Remember, the grantor was the person on your deed, whether it was you or the seller. The beneficiary is your LLC. You can make it a person also, but I like layers of protection. So my beneficiary would be my LLC. Your trustee name goes here. And these documents, guys, they self-explanatory, but just make sure you read through each and every one. And right here it goes into the trust and the property, the consideration of the trustee, the beneficiary, and the interest. So it's going to be a section for that. The rights of the trustee, the power of the trustee. And like I said, inside the course, we got a video going through the documents a little more. But I just want to give you guys a briefing of it because this is so powerful, man. I can't tell you how this saved a lot of people. But you gotta be real estate savvy to be on this kind of level. But now you don't, man. It's so easy now because we got the information right here for you. You can assign this trust, the individual liability of the trustee, so you can explain to them. Man, everything, the entire agreement, governing law, binding effect, trustee liability to beneficiaries, annual statements, termination. And now you come and sign, you got to get this signed in front of a notary. You got your witness, beneficiaries. Who, now this is the key component. This is the boss. This is the guy who owns the trust, which owns the real estate. Beneficiaries. There's one, just put one. You come down here and put your name. And you can put the percentage you own. You can just put, let's just make up a company. Mark LLC. You put ownership. Mark LLC may own 50%. Mark put LLD. LLC own 50%. 50% of the LLC, and let's say you put a name. Michael Jackson. Rest in Paradise King. Michael Jackson owns 50%. Bad boy though. Michael Jackson owns 50%. Mark LLC owns 50%. Have witnesses, then your trustee will come down here and sign. And then we'll go through here and you got to have each section notarized. Boom. Trustee sign, boom. You sign for Mark LLC, boom. And Michael Jackson, he signed, boom. And if you got some more people that want to sign, then go down here. It shows where the interest at, the name and address of the beneficiaries. Put your interest, the names and the interest right here down, down there. And now you have formed a trust for your property. You have just protected your asset. You just protected your asset. And it costs you to go down to the courthouse no more than about $30 to $40 to do this. Don't sleep on this, y'all. I'm telling you. Do not sleep on this. Protect your assets. Then right here. So we got, okay, let me show you what we got inside. So we got the land trust agreement and declaration of trust. That's what I just went over with you. Now I just went through 2 documents with you. Those are the main 2 components you need. Those are the main 2 components you need to form a trust for your property, whether it's house, land, or commercial. Come down here. You have the certificate of appointment of trustee. If you need to hire a new one, a new trustee. So we have this document inside. Assignment of beneficial interest in trust. We have that document. So that's just in case you want to sell it, to just sell the property. You won't have no closing costs. You can go to a closing attorney, bring this right here. They bring a check. You sign the interest over to them. They're the new owner. It's that simple. The closing probably take 10 minutes. So you can assign your interest over on the property, on your trust. No sale tax. We're not doing it to avoid any sale tax or any other IRS stuff or none of that, y'all. But this is powerful. This is very powerful. Certificate of appointment of successor. So now, this is if you want to hire a new trustee. This is the resignation of trustee. And you don't need their permission. You can mail this document to their last known address. Let them know you just released them. And now you just appointed a new one. Your trustee need to be anybody over 18. Here's your warranty deed to trustee. This is the document you will have your attorney prepare, or you can prepare it and send it to him. Have this recorded. Or the attorney will record it, or you can go record your own for a couple of under $50, y'all. If you're in California, it may be under 100. And we got the land trust video breaking down everything. So look at the description. Get this trust document for only $100. Put in a code change. CHANGE. Look in the description, or you can go to Mr. Transaction Engineer, MrTransactionEngineer.com, and look for our land trust video. We got a special too. Any of our courses on there, 50% off. Put in code change. CHANGE. We got the wholesaling, how to wholesale land, subject to course, pretty house course. I was blessed when I came in this business. I learned 5 strategies. So I've been learning ever since for the last 19 years. Spent over $200,000 in my education, and still I can't wait to invest some more money into myself. Because that's the only way we keep going to the next level. Got to keep learning, baby. Let's see if we got any questions. Debachi, what's up, brother? Shout out to Debachi. Debachi is in our subject 2 class. Subject 2 master class. Man, we show you how to kick butt. If you don't buy a house when you come out of this class, it's a 5-week class for an hour a week. If you don't get a deal within that 5 weeks, you're not focusing. The high successful students in our class that seal the deal, they get this information, they start applying it. They're not waiting until the whole course is over for 5 weeks. They done went through the course 2 or 3 times. Repetition is the key. Got to keep going through that course several times. This book here, like I said, this book like a Bible to me. I done read this book twice. Guess what? I'm on my 3rd round. 3rd round. And it's not even a really big book. But to some people it might be. It's about 300 pages. But it's big, man. Big font. Let me see, y'all can see. Big font, all that good stuff. But repetition is the key. Every time you go back, I go back through this, I find something else. Because you see a golden nugget and your mind will drift off and you start thinking about that. Like, how can I apply this? So you're gonna and the video is still going, or you done went off and you could be reading and your mind just done drifted off. Now you're thinking about that and you done missed something. So repetition is the key. Get back in that course. And the people who were doing it like that, they're closing on deals. Deals are out here. You got to believe they're out here. What's up, Debachi? KC, what's going on? What's up, bro? Desmond said, wow, yeah, that $1 million lien. He tried to get me too. Oh, let's close. Let's hurry up and close. Boy, you thought I was slipping. I've been doing this too long, baby. Man, guy tried to get me, y'all. I can't believe it. Like 3 days. 3 days. He wanted 30,000 to take over the deed. Take it over subject to. Oh, I forgot to say in the inside, man, it needs so much of repairs. He had a beautiful house now. It's about 10,000 square feet. Big pool in the back. But the pool haven't been maintained in like 2 years. So it's in a country club and bugs and stuff flying all around the pool. Inside, they haven't cleaned it up, man. I can't even believe somebody leave a beautiful home like that just trash. Wow. Man, it needed a lot. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get back. I drifted off. But yeah, man, $1 million. He had a $1 million lien. So altogether, the house only worth 1.5. Altogether with them liens, he owed about 2.2 million, 2.2 to 2.3 million. And the house is only worth 1.5. I told him we'll do a short sale, but he think he can do it himself. Man, we try to boss him up. So, hey, it's on him. Let me see if we got any questions. Radiance said, fire. Yeah. Give me a thumbs up, y'all. This was a great video. You feeling it? Thank everybody for joining me tonight also. Okay, we got some questions. So I already bought a home in my LLC. How do I transfer it to a trust? So just once you get your forms, that warranty deed to trustee, you're going to put your LLC as the grantor. So your LLC is giving it to the trust. Boom. Record that warranty deed, that declaration of trust. You want to go on there. Make sure you make your as a beneficiary, make your LLC the beneficiary. That way you got power. That way they got to get through 2 layers if they want to try and mess with you in a jump. Because if a person know your LLC and they coming after you, they go in the Secretary of State and see what kind of businesses you own. And it's going to be directly tied to you. They can look up your businesses, so they got you. But if it's a trust, they don't know who owns the trust. They just know it's a trust and a trustee. Power, baby. Power. Give me a thumbs up, baby. Say power. Maintain all power. Maintain your assets. And so make sure also you got a trustee, somebody over 18, and somebody you can trust. And if they got your same last name, that's not good because it's going to show it's attached to you. So they need to have a different last name. But somebody you can trust over 18. Over 18. Can you have more than one trustee? That's a good question. I never seen more than one trustee. I don't know if I want 2 people having that kind of control like that, but that's a good question. Check with an attorney, check with our office, and I'll check with my attorney. Email me at info@Mr. Transaction Engineer, and I get more details. Or you can find me on any of these social medias and DM me, Facebook, Mr. Transaction Engineer, across the globe. That's YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. They trying to get rid of TikTok. They hate it, man. Because TikTok, there's no censorship on it by America. So they can put anything on there. And the US don't like that. So they trying to ban them. We're gonna see how it works. We're gonna see what happens. So yeah, but DM me and I'll check on that, Desmond, or email me at info@mrtransactionengineer.com. That's all the questions, man. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. It's been fabulous. Fabulously speaking to y'all. Download your trust. You get it's originally $200. Put in the code change, get $100 off. I think it's $98. Man, protect yourself. That's all I can tell you. Put in the code word change, CHANGE. I'm gonna read you a little something out of my book. I gotta get on it today. I try to be in it every day. So we gotta be renewed daily, man. Renewed daily. Keep our mind, especially because we're a product of our environment, especially growing up from 0 to 7. Our brain is in a theta state, so it's highly programmable. So whoever you grew up around in that time, you picked up a lot of habits. Just think about it. Whoever you grew up with between 0 and 7, I guarantee you got a lot of their habits. If you grew up a Christian in a Christian household, most likely you're a Christian. You grew up in a Muslim household, most likely you're a Muslim. You grew up from 0 to 7. So it's programmed in you into your subconscious mind. And you're just a product of your environment, your school, all that stuff play a part into our environment, into a part of our being. So we're not even really ourselves. We come in with a blank slate that everybody get to write on our canvas until we get a little more conscious and see how to control that. Ooh, this must be right on time. I'm gonna read this to y'all. The Master Key from Charles F. Hannell. Go and look on YouTube. I'm quite sure you can hear it on YouTube, but just make sure we got to keep reprogramming ourselves. It's not easy, man, because we've been taught so much different stuff, but we got to work on ourselves, man. And it's not easy. It's not easy to have to look in the mirror and realize that we're not Jesus Christ or Buddha or whoever whoever you down with. But like they say, we don't know what we don't know. And I just pray for a major awakening throughout the world. Like I've got a lot of friends, they're meditating now for a change in the world of consciousness. And I see our consciousness is rising higher, like our awareness is rising higher. We come to realize that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. We're really spiritual. We're in this body, man. We operate this body. Let this body die, the spirit gonna leave. That's how you know the body dead, because the spirit going out of it. So, man, I'm gonna give y'all some more people to look up. Reverend Ike. Reverend Ike was a preacher, man, back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000. Man, a lot of people was hating on Reverend Ike because he drive Rolls Royces and he had several of them and he lived good. But he understood the spiritual realm of things. He wasn't just stuck on a religious thing that was passed down from generation to generation. He understood the spiritual realm of things also. So look up Reverend Ike. Bob Proctor, he was in a movie called The Secret. Earl Nightingale, Earl the Pearl. I love old Earl. They started the New Thought movement. Earl Nightingale. I need to hear Earl again. I haven't heard of Earl in a while. Let me put the name of this book in the description. Man, I go on for days, man. I just fell in love with reading. I used to hate reading. I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to hate reading, but man, I knew, like they say, all the information they put in these books, they know most people are not reading now. Who do you know really reading right now? They say most people, after they get out of college, only about 10% read because you get so bogged down with all this literature and stuff going through school. all the papers you got to write, man, all the stuff you got to study, man. When you get out of there, you like, man, look, I don't want to see nothing. Look in the description, the master key. Man, this is a bad book. Now it's not an easy read because it's on a whole nother level. But take it slow, but read it every day. And some stuff you got to reread a couple of times. Because we want to talk none of this stuff, but it mixed the religion with the science, and it tell you the difference. Both. It's a powerful book. Like I was been searching, I've been on the mindset, studying the mindset stuff for about since 2010. 2010, yep. Wow, 13 years now. I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna let y'all go. This is called the Master Key. It says none. Hold on. Oh, I gotta hit. Man, it's so powerful. Jesus, man. Woo! Oh my God, I get a feeling, man. You gotta have to just keep reading this book, y'all. I tell you, if you listen to this one thing, even if you don't listen to the trust stuff, man, I'm just trying to help you out with that trust stuff. But this right here gonna help you in every area of life. You study this, whatever you seeking or whatever you want. You study this stuff, I promise you, boy, you will go there. But you gotta have they said the mind is like a parachute. It has to be open in order to grow. Oh, let me read this, man. So it say, it is evident, therefore, that all we have to do is let our light shine. The more energy we can radiate, the more rapidly shall we be enabled to transmute undesirable conditions into sources of pleasure and profit. The important question then is how to let this light shine, how to generate this energy. We are energy, y'all. Non-resistant thought expands the solar plexus. The solar plexus is inside our body. This is the science side. Resistant thought contracts it. Non-resistant thought expands the solar plexus. And I'll read you what the solar plexus is shortly. Resistant thought contracts it. Pleasant thoughts expands it. Unpleasant thoughts contracts it. Our energy. If we want to go on energy, let's take it. Let's just say energy. So pleasant thoughts, positive vibration. We send out a glow like a signal into the universe. Remember, we're energy. So that's when people say I'm vibrating high, I'm feeling good. Or when you're feeling good, just notice when you're feeling good, you have a great day, you attract stuff. We got so much stuff, want to let that energy diminish. So much stuff. Pleasant thoughts expands it. Unpleasant thoughts contracts it. Thoughts of courage, power, confidence, and hope all produce corresponding states. But the one arch enemy of the solar plexus, which must be absolutely destroyed before there's any possibility of letting any light shine, is fear. This enemy must be completely destroyed. He must be eliminated. He must be expelled forever. He is the cloud which hides the sun. Woo! Which causes a perpetual gloom. It is this personal devil which makes men fear the past, the present, and the future. Fear themselves, their friends, and their enemies. Fear everything and everybody. When fear is effectively and completely destroyed, your light will shine. The clouds will disappear. And you will have found a source of power, energy, and life. When you find that you are really one with the infinite power, which is God, or whatever you want to call God, and when you can consciously realize this power by practical demonstration of your ability to overcome any adverse condition by the power of your thought, you will have none to fear. Fear will have been destroyed, and you will have come into possession of your birthright. That's why Jesus used to say, me and my Father are one. God needs our body to manifest through us, through people. We need him to move, to achieve what we need. That's why Jesus said, me and my Father are one. My Father and I are one. Woo! Man, get this book, y'all. Man, I don't make 1/4 off this book, but I'm on some of this save the world stuff. So, man, get this book. God bless y'all. Have a wonderful night. And I'll see you at the top. Keep growing and going. Peace.